Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Gifty. A warm and pleasant welcome to you. I hope you're all doing well. And to all our returning subscribers, thank you so much for the love and support, and thanks for coming back for yet another video. In today's video, we are making something so simple but absolutely delicious. You can have it as a snack, for breakfast, really at any time of the day. So we are making some puff, bofrots, donuts, whatever you want to call it. But we're not using yeast today. It's a no yeast bofrots or puff. We're using pantry staple ingredients to make this. I hope you really do give this a try, and I hope you share with all your family and friends. And if you're not subscribed, down below, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button and also ring that notification bell so anytime we upload a new video, it comes straight to your inbox. So let me run you through the list of ingredients and let's get started. For the list of ingredients, I have here 3/4 of a cup of sugar. This is the standard cup that I use to measure it, so that's a 3/4 cup of it. I have some salt, I have baking powder. This will be our leavening agent that we're going to use in case you don't have yeast at home, or you want to make some bofrots and you don't have yeast. You can go ahead and use that to replace the yeast. We also have nutmeg and the flour, and of course we'll need our warm water. So we'll start off by measuring our ingredients and then we'll heat the warm water. So I will start off by measuring the flour, and I'm using the regular standard measuring cup to do this. I have a video of how to measure your ingredients accurately. I'll link that video below for your convenience. So you want to start off by fluffing your flour. Okay. You need a butter knife to leaven it off, so I'll go ahead and level it off. So you have your 1 cup of flour, or you can also use a scale, okay, if you don't want to do this. So I'll go ahead and measure 4 cups of this in here, and I will catch up with you. If you find this video helpful, kindly like, comment, share, and subscribe down below. So you need 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder as well. So for every cup of flour, you need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. So essentially we're making our own self-rising flour. Self-rising flour consists of flour, salt, and baking powder. So this is like a 2-in-1 video. You know what I'm saying? Give me a pat on the back. So I'll go ahead and measure 1.5 teaspoons 4 times, making 6 teaspoons of baking powder. And here's the last one. Then you have to take 1/2 teaspoon. Now also adding 3/4 teaspoon of salt. If you don't want to sift your ingredients, you can just go ahead and mix it with the whisk, but I just want to sift it so I make sure everything is well incorporated, especially the baking powder, so we don't get any sour taste. Now add in the salt. I'll also go ahead and grate in half of the nutmeg. Now if you don't have the fresh nutmeg, you can go ahead and use about a teaspoon of the already grounded nutmeg. Oh, the nutmeg smells so nice. There's nothing like fresh grated nutmeg. It smells incredible. So with all the ingredients in here, I'll go ahead and sift this together. And I'll have the list of ingredients in the description box down below. And I'll just give it a whisk again. So if you end up using self-rising flour, then you don't have to use the baking powder. Now that everything is well sifted, I'll go ahead with clean hands. I'll go ahead and make a well in the center. This is 2 cups of warm water. The temperature about 115 to 120 degrees. So adding 1.5 first. I'll go ahead and mix everything together so it's well incorporated. And after that, you want to beat it just like you would regular bofrots to activate the baking powder. So I'll beat it for a few minutes, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, until everything is nice and smooth and the consistency that I want. So I ended up adding just a little bit more water off camera to get the texture and consistency that I want. Alright guys, so this is it. This is the consistency that I am going for. You can choose to add more water, warm water, if you want a lighter consistency. So this is not, we're done. I'm done beating it. So I'll go ahead and wash my hands, and I'll cover this and let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes. And whilst that's resting, I'll go ahead and heat up the oil. Now the good thing about this dough is that you don't have to let it rise like your regular bofrot. So just let it rest for about 5-10 minutes, and then you can go ahead and fry it. And it doesn't rise as much as your regular bofrot does. Okay, so I'll cover it, and we'll let it rest, and we'll heat up our oil, and we'll fry some bofrot. Okay guys, so my the oil is ready, and as you can see, the dough, you can see that it has the little bubbles that when you use the yeast you get. So that is perfect. To start making our bofrots, I have a little bit of cold water on the side. I will dip my hands in the cold water because you know the batter is very sticky. So then I will scoop some of the batter out and then do the throw and catch method, and then just drop the ball or the size that I want to make the bofrot into the oil. And if your oil is at the right temperature, you see that in a few seconds after you drop your bofrot into the oil, it will surface on top. And so that's how you know that you have the right temperature oil. So now you want to go ahead and keep turning your puff to ensure that each side cooks evenly, and you want to make sure that your temperature or your heat is on a good setting, so the inside also cooks very well. So you want to let it fry until it's nice and golden brown. So the first batch is done. I'll go ahead and take it out and repeat the same process. So how did this recipe come about? Let me gist you as we fry our bofrot. Right after this whole quarantine business started, my sister messaged me wanting to make some bofrots, but she had no yeast available because you know there's a shortage of yeast in a lot of stores. So I thought to myself, well, if we include the egg and the milk, then that's like making our party donuts, and that's not what we're going for. So then I thought to myself, you know, I know we can make no yeast bread, and the leavening agents for that is either baking soda or baking powder. So then I thought to myself, if we can make no yeast bread, then we should be able to make no yeast puff. So I started experimenting with it and also doing some research, and voila, that's how this recipe came about. Thank you so much, sis. I would have never thought to make no yeast puff, but it's amazing how far you're willing to learn and how far you're willing to push yourself, you know. So as you can see, a few of the bofrots ended up sticking to each other, so we have the twin thing going on. That's okay, you know, it's still delicious as long as you don't mind the shape, you know. Being a kind of same, don't mind the body, mind the engine, right? So we're not gonna mind the outer appearance of the bofrots. As long as we get delicious and flavorful bofrots, that's all that matters. So I'll go ahead and scoop the last batch in there with the ice cream scoop to show you, in case you don't want to use your hand to scoop the batter, you still get that perfect round shape and delicious bofrots. So we'll continue to fry that until we have a nice golden color. So this style of making bofrots is so quick and easy and simple. In under 30 minutes, you have bofrots on your table. How amazing is that? I mean, like seriously. So I'll continue to let it fry, and once it's done, I'll take it out and then we'll break into one so you can see. This is so hot, guys. Look at it. Just look at that. No difference at all. Me and my tasting. The thing was so hot that I had to take one for the team and give you guys a taste test. But it's so hot I couldn't even talk, you know, but absolutely delicious. Just like your regular bofrot. So good. Alright family, and that is it for today. Bofrot in about 30 minutes. This is so simple and so easy to make, yet absolutely delicious. This will be your go-to recipe, trust me. I hope you really do give this recipe a try. I served it with some corn porridge, took me straight home. Man, it was amazingly delicious. I hope you really give this recipe a try, and I hope that we all stay safe out there. Until we meet again, remember to stay blessed, stay out of trouble, and be well. Bye y'all.